on Lake.
After his fourth DWI charge, Matt Baumgartner is no longer with the Duluth Area Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber's board of directors shared that news in a statement today. Baumgartner was arrested early Friday morning, accused of driving drunk. He'd been the Chamber's president since 2021, and this was his second DWI while serving in that role. And the board wished Baumgartner the best as they now plan for temporary chamber leadership and a nationwide search for his permanent replacement. They say the next president will be required to navigate, quote, challenging relationships between a variety of business and government interest, while at the same time inspiring confidence of more than 900 dues-paying members.